Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Get ready because something amazing is happening on September 7th, 2025. I'm talking about the corn moon. I know it sounds like a snack, right? But it's a real thing, and it is going to be spectacular. You might think you know all about full moons, but trust me, this one is special. It's got history, it's got secrets, it's got corn in the name. It's awesome. Today, whenever you're watching, we're going on a deep dive, a cosmic journey. We're going to uncover some of the most fun, surprising, and seriously cool facts about the corn moon that you have probably never heard before. I did the research, I made some calls, I might have even talked to an astronaut. Okay, I didn't talk to an astronaut, but I wanted to. This is going to be so much fun, you guys. So, grab your family, grab the kids, grab your dog if he's into space stuff, because this is for everyone. We're going to learn together, laugh a little, and get totally hyped for one of nature's best shows. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. This is everything you need to know about the incredible corn moon. All right, first up, let's get this sorted out right away. We're all excited for the corn moon on September 7th, right? We've marked our calendars, but here's the first mind-blowing fact for you. The corn moon isn't always a September baby. I know, right? It's like finding out your birthday could just move. It's a little wild. This moon is a rebel. It doesn't play by our calendar's rules. It's on that lunar time. So here's the deal. The corn moon is the full moon that happens closest to the autumnal equinox. Think of the equinox as the official start of fall. It's when day and night are almost perfectly equal in length. It's a big deal in the sky calendar. So the full moon that gets the VIP seat closest to that date gets the title corn moon. It's like winning moon of the month, but for the harvest season. Most of the time, that special moon lands in September. It's the usual spot. But every once in a while, maybe every 3 years or so, the lunar cycle does a little shuffle. It's like a celestial dance move. And when that happens, the full moon closest to the equinox actually pops up at the very end of August. So you could be having a late summer BBQ and bam, there's the corn moon, a little early to the party. It's all because our calendar, the one on our phones, doesn't perfectly line up with the moon's phases. The moon takes about 29.5 days to go from one full moon to the next. Our months are a little longer, like 30 or 31 days. Over time, those extra days add up and push the full moon around. So while we call it the September full moon, its real name is tied to the harvest, not the month itself. And that name, corn moon, is just perfect, isn't it? It immediately makes you think of fields of gold, the end of summer, and that crispy feeling in the air. It's all about the harvest. Okay, so we know it's called the corn moon, but where did that name actually come from? It's not like the moon is made of corn, right? That would be delicious, but probably not great for gravity. The real story is way cooler and goes way, way back. We're talking centuries ago, long before we had grocery stores or even calendars on our walls. People looked to the sky for everything, and the moon was their guide. This name, the corn moon, comes to us from Native American traditions, particularly from the Algonquin tribes who lived in what is now the northeastern United States and Canada. They were incredible farmers and observers of nature. They didn't name their months January, February, March. Instead, they named the full moons to keep track of the seasons. Each moon name was a headline for what was happening in the world around them. So when this particular full moon lit up the late summer or early autumn sky, what was the biggest thing happening? You guessed it, the corn harvest. Corn or maize was a super important crop. It was a staple food that would get them through the long, cold winter months ahead. This moon provided bright light all night long, which was a huge help. It meant farmers could stay out in the fields later, gathering every last ear of corn. Think about that for a second. No electricity, no giant floodlights on tractors, just the moon. It was nature's nightlight, a beautiful, practical tool that helped communities survive. So calling it the corn moon wasn't just a cute nickname, it was a sign of gratitude. It was a way of saying, "Thank you, moon, for lighting up our harvest and helping us prepare for winter." And it wasn't just the Algonquin tribes. Many other cultures around the world had similar names for this moon based on their own harvests. In Europe, you might hear it called the barley moon because that's when they harvested barley. It's a beautiful reminder that no matter where you are in the world, people have always looked up at that same moon and seen it as a symbol of abundance, preparation, and the changing of the seasons. It's a truly universal experience. Now, this is where it gets really interesting. We look up at the moon, we see a big, beautiful rock. But for animals, it's a whole different story. That bright light from a full moon, especially a big harvest moon like the corn moon, totally changes the game for them. It's like someone turned on a giant spotlight in the middle of the night, and everyone has to adjust. It's a wild night in the animal kingdom. Let's talk about the hunters, the predators. For animals like owls, a full moon can be a double-edged sword. On one hand, the bright light makes it way easier to spot their prey, like little mice scurrying on the ground. It's like hunting with the lights on. But on the other hand, that same bright light makes the owl easier to spot, too. The mice can see the owl's shadow coming. It's a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. And what about the animals being hunted? Deer, for example, get really antsy during a full moon. Studies have shown they move around a lot less. They tend to stick to covered areas and feed less openly. It makes sense, right? They know they're more visible to predators like wolves or coyotes. So they lay low, waiting for the cover of a darker night. It's nature's version of drawing the curtains and staying inside when things feel a little too bright and exposed. But it's not just about predators and prey. The moon affects all sorts of behaviors. Think about insects. Moths are famously drawn to light, and a full moon is the biggest nightlight of all. This can affect their navigation and mating patterns. Even creatures in the ocean feel it. Coral, for instance, oftentimes it's spawning events, releasing eggs and sperm into the water, with the phases of the moon. It's a massive, synchronized event, all dictated by that light in the sky. So, when you're out there looking at the corn moon, remember that you're not the only one watching. Down on the ground, in the trees, and even in the oceans, millions of creatures are living out their own dramas under that same moonlight. It's a reminder of how connected everything is. The moon isn't just hanging up there looking pretty. It's an active participant in the lives of countless animals, a silent director of the nightly opera of the wild. Okay, we've talked about farming, we've talked about animals. Now let's talk about something huge. Literally, the biggest thing on the planet, our oceans. The moon has this incredible invisible power over them. It's called gravity. I know we learned about gravity in school. It's what keeps our feet on the ground. But the moon's gravity is strong enough to pull on the entire Earth. And it has a really noticeable effect on the water. This pull creates the tides. Twice a day, the ocean levels rise, which is called high tide, and fall, which is low tide. It's kind of like the Earth is breathing, and the moon is controlling the rhythm. The moon's gravity pulls the water on the side of the Earth closest to it, creating a bulge. That's a high tide. But here's the tricky part. It also creates a bulge on the opposite side of the Earth. It's like a cosmic tug of war, and the oceans are the rope. Now, during a full moon, like our corn moon, something special happens. The sun, the Earth, and the moon all line up in a straight line. It's a cosmic conga line. This means you have the sun's gravity and the moon's gravity pulling together in the same direction. It's like two people pulling on a rope instead of just one. Their powers combine. This teamwork creates extra high tides and extra low tides. These super tides are called spring tides. And no, it has nothing to do with the season of spring. It comes from an old word meaning to spring up or leap. And that's exactly what the water does. It leaps up higher on the shore than usual. If you live near the coast, you've definitely seen this. The water comes way up the beach, and when it goes out, it reveals parts of the seafloor you don't normally get to see. So when the corn moon is shining bright on September 7th, it's not just lighting up the sky. It's actively flexing its muscles and moving trillions of gallons of water across the globe. It's a mind-boggling display of power. It's a great time to go to the beach and see the effect for yourself. Just watch where you put your towel, because that tide might just spring up and grab it. It's another one of the moon's amazing hidden secrets. Every full moon has its share of spooky stories and legends, and the corn moon is no exception. For centuries, a bright full moon has been the perfect backdrop for tales of mystery, magic, and things that go bump in the night. It just sets the mood, you know? The long shadows, the silvery light. It's the perfect setting for a little bit of folklore. So gather round the virtual campfire because I've got a story for you. One of the most famous creatures associated with the full moon is, of course, the werewolf. The story of a person transforming into a wolf under the full moon is found in cultures all over the world. While not tied specifically to the corn moon, you can bet that a big, bright harvest moon was seen as a particularly powerful time for such transformations. The harvest is a time of change and transition, from summer to fall, from life to dormancy. What's a bigger change than turning into a wolf? But let's talk about a legend a little more tied to the harvest season. In some parts of Europe, there were tales of the corn mother or harvest spirit. This wasn't necessarily a spooky figure, but a powerful, magical one. The spirit was said to live within the last sheaf of corn to be harvested. Farmers would perform special rituals when cutting this last stalk, sometimes weaving it into a doll or a wreath, called a corn dolly. This doll was believed to hold the spirit of the corn and the fertility of the land. They would take it home and keep it safe all winter, treating it with great respect. The idea was to protect the spirit until the spring, when they would plow it back into the first furrow to ensure a good harvest for the next year. It was a way of honoring the cycle of life, death, and rebirth that the harvest represents. A beautiful and slightly magical tradition. So, whether you're thinking of werewolves howling in the distance or the gentle spirit of the harvest sleeping in a corn dolly, the corn moon is steeped in folklore. These stories were ways for people to make sense of the world, to explain the changing seasons, and to add a little bit of magic to their lives. When you look at the corn moon, you're not just seeing a celestial body, you're seeing a canvas onto which thousands of years of human imagination have been projected. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, team, we're almost ready for the big night. We know the history, we know the science, we know the spooky stories. Now let's talk logistics. How do you get the best possible view of the corn moon? You don't need a fancy telescope or anything, though if you have one, that's awesome. But a few simple tips can make the experience way more magical. First things first, location, location, location. To get the best show, you want to get away from city lights as much as you can. Light pollution from streetlights and buildings can wash out the sky and make the moon look less impressive. Find a park, a field, or even just a darker spot in your neighborhood with a clear view of the horizon. The real magic happens right when the moon is rising. It's called moonrise, and you can look up the exact time for your location online. When the corn moon first peeks over the horizon, it's going to look huge. Seriously, it looks gigantic. This is a famous optical illusion called the moon illusion. Scientists still debate exactly why it happens, but it's likely because your brain is comparing the moon to things on the horizon, like trees and buildings, which makes it seem massive. As it gets higher in the sky, it will seem to shrink back to its normal size. So don't miss the beginning. Another thing you'll notice, especially at moonrise, is its color. The corn moon often has a beautiful golden, orange, or even reddish hue. It's not because it's made of cheese. We've been over that. It's because when the moon is low on the horizon, we're looking at it through a lot more of Earth's atmosphere. The atmosphere scatters the shorter blue wavelengths of light and lets the longer red and orange wavelengths pass through to our eyes. It's the same reason sunsets are red. So, to recap, find a dark spot with a clear view of the east. Check the moonrise time for September 7th, 2025. Get there a little early, get comfortable, and be prepared to be amazed by a giant golden moon climbing into the sky. Bring binoculars if you have them. You'll be able to see the seas, the dark flat plains on the moon's surface, in incredible detail. You're all set to be a professional moon gazer. The corn moon is here. You've got your viewing spot picked out. What now? Let's turn it into a celebration. This is the perfect excuse to get together with family and friends and make some memories. And I've got some fun, easy ideas for you. First up, the classic. A moonlit picnic. It's like a regular picnic, but 1,000 times cooler because it's at night. Pack some blankets, maybe some hot chocolate in a thermos, and some easy-to-eat snacks. Speaking of snacks, let's lean into the theme. It's the corn moon, so we gotta have corn-themed treats. Popcorn is a must. You can make a big batch and bring different seasonings for everyone to try. Caramel, cheese, spicy, you name it. Another great one is cornbread muffins or grilled corn on the cob if you have a portable grill. It's fun, it's delicious, and it connects you right back to the meaning of the moon you're watching. This is also a fantastic time for storytelling. We talked about folklore, so why not share some? You can tell the spooky werewolf story we talked about, or look up some other moon myths from around the world. Better yet, make up your own stories. Have everyone take turns adding a sentence to a big collaborative story about the man in the moon, or what happens on Earth when the corn moon is shining. It's a great way to get everyone's imagination going. For those with kids, or who are just kids at heart, how about a moon-themed craft session? You can make your own corn dollies out of corn husks, or even just craft paper and yarn. It's a fun hands-on way to connect with the harvest traditions. Or you could do some moon painting. Bring some black paper and white or yellow paint and have everyone paint their own version of the beautiful corn moon they're seeing rise in the sky. The most important thing is just to be together and enjoy the moment. Turn off your phones, except to take a picture or two, of course. Lie back on your blankets, look up at that incredible sight, and just soak it all in. These are the moments that stick with you. A special night, under a special moon, with the people you care about. That's what the corn moon is really all about. And that's a wrap on the amazing, the incredible, the surprisingly delicious-sounding corn moon. How cool was all of that? From its wobbly schedule to its power over the oceans and all the incredible traditions, this moon is so much more than just a light in the sky. I hope you're as excited as I am to see it rise on September 7th, 2025. It's going to be a show you won't want to miss. Now, I want to hear from you. What are your plans for the corn moon? Do you have any family traditions or favorite spots for moon gazing? Or maybe you have a favorite moon-related myth or story? Let us all know down in the comments below. I love reading them, and it's a great way for all of us to share ideas and get even more excited for the big night. Let's build a community of moon watchers right here. And hey, if you had fun and learned something new, do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss our next cosmic adventure. We've got so much more to explore together. So mark your calendars, get your corn snacks ready, and let's all look up and enjoy the corn moon together. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next video.